Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and let me tell you, we've got our hands on the 2020 EVO. We've got them in stock here, and I want to talk about this kite because when it comes down to a kite that I like to fly, it's a kite that does just about anything and everything. And in the Duo line, the Duotone line, I'm telling you, it's the EVO. They have done a great work. There's some different changes, quite a bit different changes from the 2019 to the 2020. And it's very exciting. I tell you, this kite is phenomenal at the way it turns. The bar pressure is about a medium bar pressure, which is kind of like an all-around. I like something to be a little bit lighter feel, but still feel where that kite is and have it react really fast. If you're looking for a kite that turns quick, drifts pretty decently, jumps, kite loops, what I talk about when someone comes up with a kite and they keep calling them free ride this, free ride that. Well, this is it in the Duotone line. The EVO is one of those favorite kites that I love to get my hands on and ride. Now, let me talk about the changes from 2019 to 2020. These are the changes from me looking over the kite, reading about it, and inspecting it a little bit closer because, you know, a lot of brands will come in and say, oh, we did this, we did that. Well, I really like to dig into it and really look at it and see what they changed and things that I really like. Now, on the EVO, one of the things that they changed this year that was pretty phenomenal, and I think a great way to go, is they have gone away from all sliders. They've gone to static bridles. Now, a static bridle means there are no sliders anymore in the bridle system. This does make it a little bit difficult when you go down to designing a kite. It's really, really sensitive the way that it pitches and changes the angle of attack. It does it, you've got to find the right spot so you still get that warping effect and a quick turn response, and they've done it in this kite. This is a Spectra bridle, so they're not doing a sleeve type bridle, so you've cut down a lot of the weight. That static bridle and all of the weight little savings on this kite really make it responsive, quick, and a lot of power and deep power range. I love that in a kite. Something that has a really good flow to power to deep power. Not something that you barely move the bar and it really changes it. It's just really fluid. It takes the full range of the chicken loop, sliding of the bar, and this kite will give you that full range. It can be hooked up as well 4-line or 5-line. They still have a 5-line setup in this kite, and you can rig it that way. Do I recommend it? No, I don't. I like a 4-line, keep it simple. The deep power system works, the safety system works. You don't need all that extra. It's up to you. It's a personal liking. I like it to be just as simple as possible. The other thing they've done on this kite is they've come along the trailing edge here, and you'll see this is pretty unique. It took me a little bit to kind of dig in and look closer to this, but usually they're either double layering the sailcloth on the back or they're running a Dacron. They've decreased the Dacron throughout this whole kite, and I really like that because it lightens up the kite and makes it more active. But they've run some kind of material back here. It is a ripstop, but it's heavier weight than the sailcloth, but yet it's not quite dimension poly and Dacron, which is on your leading edges down at your tips. Those are in those areas to disperse that load. That's where everything hooks in, that's where it takes it. But this trailing edge, that lightens it up. They got rid of the leech line, so they do this heavier weight material, then they run a scrim cloth around it a little bit wider than normal and stitch it. I like it. I like the simplicity of it. I like how it will stop any kind of rips that may move through the kite to have to do repairs. Then you're not messing with a leech line anymore. That allows the whole sail to stretch uniformly. The more that you allow that stretch, this is going to stretch over time a little bit more and under load. If everything else can do that, then you get a clean profile throughout the kite. That's a really great idea. The other thing that they do on the kite on the EVO is, because this kite is one of the fastest turning out there, I will tell you, this thing turns really quick, is the battens on the wingtips out here. I like them that they're a little smaller, still allows you to fold the kite up normally. They're not too long, but that stops the flutter. If you stop the flutter, you increase the turn speed and the reaction of that kite. I like that. They've done a great job on it. They've lightened up in other places, and they kept those battens out there in the wingtips with a really fast turning kite. The other thing that they've done on this is I really like how they kept the diameter of these tubes, not thinning them out too far down at the tips. That keeps any kind of flex out of here. So when you put that action in and you're very aggressive with it, either kite looping or quick turning or a heavier weight rider in here, that keeps these wingtips stiff and makes that kite responsive. I think they've done a great job in that. The other thing that we noticed from 2019 to 2020 is the aspect ratio. This is a higher aspect kite. Now, what is that going to give you? Overall, it gives you a faster kite and flying speed. So if you've got a kite that turns really good, you want something to jump a little bit more, you've got to get it moving through the air faster. Higher aspect kite will cause that. It makes that kite move really quick through the window, and we absolutely notice that in flying it and compared to the 2019 to the 2020. But it is a fantastic kite they've been into it for a long time, and I'm really excited to see these things when I get them firsthand, to really do a real close inspection here in the shop and put these time on the water with these things. They've done a great job. They've kept all the reinforcements down here on your struts. If you get these in a wave or something, just rough and tough, strong, really strong leading edge seams here, which is something I like. It's a double taped scrim tape inside. That is something we've done for many years. They stuck with it. They've just done these little tips that are just proven throughout the kite. And I tell you, it is fantastic. This is a kite that if you're thinking about getting a one style kite that you like to do just about everything with in the Duotone lineup, it is the EVO. This thing is fantastic. Hopefully you get a chance to do some riding on them. If you have any questions at all, please let us know. That's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com to find the new stuff and keep you riding.